YouTubers. Thank you for joining me during this live stream. I see a lot of you guys are already on. This is a serious topic that can actually help a lot of you with your manifestations, with your problems in life, and actually better your life. Today, we're going to talk about how to stop your negative thoughts while manifesting during difficult times, bad times. This is very powerful because a lot of us go through this. Now, it's not even a lot. Every single one of us go through negative thinking. There is absolutely no way of going around that. But what we can do is control how much negative thinking we go through. Okay, so now I'm going to start this off by giving you guys a couple of facts, okay? Because I know you guys out there are saying to me, Eyvette, I can't stop thinking negative. How can I get these negative thoughts out of my head? How can I stop thinking negative during manifesting if everything is going wrong? Eyvette, what can I do? I don't have money. I don't have a place to live. How can I keep positive during these negative times? Listen, I completely understand. And if you think any of us are any different when it comes down to the law of attraction, to manifesting, to creating whatever it is in our lives, you're wrong. Okay. And if there's anyone out there telling you that they do not have negative thoughts, run away from them. Okay. Now, this is facts, you guys. I don't know if you guys understand that we have about 70,000 thoughts every single day. Again, that's 70,000 thoughts every single day, each and every one of us. Now, listen, most of these are done without you consciously being aware of it, okay? Now, I'm going to throw out another fact to you guys, okay? Now, 90 to 95% of those thoughts are thoughts that you have thought about day after, the day before that, and the day before that. You are constantly thinking about 90 to 95% of these thoughts. Now, I'm going to throw out another thing to you guys, is 80% of these thoughts that you think about over and over again are negative. So now you guys are getting what I'm talking about. This will give you a clue on what you're going up against. So I'm giving you the facts because I want to be very clear with you guys on how this works, okay? And I'm being honest with you guys so you guys can go at this in a realistic way of thinking. Now, because we have so many thoughts running around our heads every single day, the only thing that you can basically do to control negative thinking, especially in bad situations, is to start monitoring your thinking. Realize this is going on. Now, we have a certain part of our brain called the reticular activating system. It's located in the back of the head in the brain, and its job is to keep you focused on whatever it is you're thinking about. So this is the area of your brain, you guys, that if you want a car, all of a sudden you want this car, and then all of a sudden, once you want this car, everywhere you go, you see this car. Let's just say you want this type of house, and all of a sudden you start seeing this house everywhere you go. Why? It's not because that house or that car wasn't there before. It's because your reticular activating system job is to bring you more of what it is you're thinking about. So all of a sudden, you start seeing that car all over the place. All of a sudden, that person you just don't like, you just keep bumping into that person. That is the way the reticular activating system works. Please look these up. Again, I tell you guys, always do your own research and find out information for yourself. And again, good morning to everyone that's here. Now, how does the reticulating activating system works for you? When you are constantly thinking of negative things, that system's job is to keep bringing it to you, okay? That's why when you get up in the morning, you jump up in a bad mood, all of a sudden you get out, go outside, something happens, somebody try to run you off the road or your car won't start. That's the job of the reticulating activating system, is to bring you more of what you're thinking, okay? So getting back to what you can do to control your negative thinking in bad situations. The first thing is is to be aware of why you're getting what you're getting. Okay? Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is to be aware is whatever you're thinking, you are creating your life. Okay? This is a fact, you guys. Whatever it is you're thinking become patterns. Patterns become beliefs. And beliefs actually activate the subconscious mind to bring you more of what it is you're trying to avoid. But sorry, you're actually attracting it because you're thinking of it. Okay, so now what can you do to help with these negative thinking, these negative thoughts? And again, you guys new to this channel, this is a law of attraction channel that brings you information that's going to change your life. I bring you the information that you guys can use to change your life. And I do it in a way that you guys can really understand. So if you're new to this channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell if you want more videos like this. Sunday, we do live streaming, and I try to keep it as real as possible to help you guys on your journey. Now, what can you do to control those negative thoughts while manifesting in bad situations or at bad times? Now, I'm going to be blunt with you guys, and I'm going to say a couple of things. One thing I can tell you is watch your company, people. People, it is so important that you watch your company. And if you cannot stop negative people from being in your lives, like they could be your husband or your mother or your sister or your brother, your own children, try to limit how often you engage in negative situations or conversations with them. Why I say this is because like attracts like. Whatever you surround yourself with, you become. And that is so true because whatever they're thinking, whatever they're focusing on, they're telling you, you're thinking about it, you're hearing it, and then it becomes part of you. So that is one of the things that I will tell you guys about negative thinking, negative thoughts. Try to limit yourself away from people that are very negative. Now, the next thing is, I'm going to go right into it. Is the TV and your music, what you're listening to, what is your activities after you went to work? Are you watching the news all day? Are you watching 20 million people died or someone was raped and someone was beaten? Or is that what you consume your private time listening to? Okay? The news on the radio. People listen to the radio, listen to the news on the radio. Not only do they listen to the news at home, they get in the car and they listen to it again. Listen, there's nothing wrong with understanding and knowing what's going on in your world. But the thing is, once you know it, do you really have to sit there and listen to it all day? Do you really need to go and listen to it in the morning and listen to it in the evening and then get in the car and listen to it again? Is that necessary, people? So, no, it's not. So be careful what you entertain with your mind. And always keep in the back of your mind, whatever it is I'm paying attention to is actually forming in my life. When you watch that news, when you listen to that certain music on the radio, it forms a thought. And then that thought either causes an emotion. It's either a good emotion or a negative emotion. Remember, at that point, you are on a frequency. Either that music brought out happy occasions or it brought out negative. Most likely the news would bring out negative thinking, negative vibration, worry, despair, sadness for the next person. So just be careful, you guys, when it comes down to controlling those negative thoughts, those negative thinking, what you are doing, what you are paying attention to. Again, this is all associated with the people you are around, the what you're watching on TV. So now the next thing I'm going to tell you guys is when it comes down to controlling your negative thoughts while manifesting is the most positive thing that you guys can do is affirmations, visualization, and scripting. Mirror work also. The reason I'm saying this is because as you are engaging in your manifesting techniques or your manifesting tools, you are totally focused on what it is that you desire. You're writing your affirmations, you're doing your scripting, you're doing your visualization. All of these things are actually taking you away from whatever negative thoughts you are having. And that's why it's important. And it also reprograms the subconscious mind away from a lot of those negative things. Okay? And listen, people, successful people do not focus on negativity. If something happens to them bad, what do they do? They don't sit there and moan and groan about what happened. They say, this happened. Let me come up with a solution and let me move forward and take action. That's the way you guys need to start thinking. Something happens. Hey, look, you might be a little devastated, but at the same time, what do I need to get out of this? I attracted it. So what is it do I need to do to get out of it and move forward? Changing the way you're thinking, you guys, is a process, okay? And once you start training yourself to the ability to do it better, these things will get easier and easier for you. But again, realize 90% of your repeating thoughts is negative, okay? So if you can cut that down to 45% or 50%, you're way ahead of the next crowd, okay? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So now moving on, what is another way that you can help yourself get rid of these negative thoughts while you are trying to manifest? One of the things that I've done, and I've done for a long time, and I mentioned it in my other videos, is to use your phone, okay? What is it that I do with the phone, okay? Now, with my phone, we all have an alarm on the phone, okay? If you have a phone, iPhone or whatever. I set my alarm on my phone for like every so often during the day. Okay, it might be 8 o'clock in the morning. And when the alarm goes off, I go to turn it off. You know what it says? Eyvette have a good day. Keep your thoughts positive. Ding, ding. Then around 10 o'clock, I might get a alarm sound. Listen, you can't have alarms going off all over the place while you're at work. So it might just be a ding, ding, ding. I go to turn it off. How are your thoughts today? Are you keeping your thoughts positive? Okay. If not, change it. Then around 2 o'clock, I will repeat this. By doing this, even though it's a couple of hours apart, it allows me to refocus. If I didn't have this at all, I wouldn't even refocus. So every couple of hours, I'm getting a reminder to say, hey, Eyvette, what are you thinking about? Change your thoughts. Keep your thoughts positive, okay? And that is one of the main things that I do to keep my thoughts positive during the day. Now, another thing that I do want to mention to you guys is when it comes down to keeping your thoughts positive, there is one thing you guys really need to understand, and this will help you along your path. Remember, we are all here having a human experience. We're all here to learn something. We're all on different levels, and we're all here to learn something. Whenever it is you encounter a bad situation, remember that person is here also to learn a lesson. How you and that person ended up on the same vibrational scale, you have to look at yourself. But you are actually meeting that person in that particular situation on the same vibrational scale, on the same vibration. Okay, that's the only way you're going to run into people or situations. You must be in the same vibration for them, on the same frequency, for you to run into a certain situation. Okay, it goes very deep, and we're not going to get into that here. So when you do encounter a situation and it's not good for you, remember you're here to learn, that person is here to learn, and the only thing you need to worry about at this time is how to change my frequency so that I'm not on the same frequency as this person, as this situation. That's what you need to think of. How did I get myself on this frequency? How did I tune myself into this radio with this other person? And then figure out how you're going to move on from that. Now, another thing that I want to tell you guys when it comes down to controlling your negative thinking during manifesting is you guys have to realize that by you contributing to the world, contributing to other people, you are elevating your frequency. You are causing yourself to think more positive. Okay? It's very important to always try to give back. That's a good way to bring out something positive. You might be saying, well, Eyvette, I don't have any money to give. I don't have anything to give to anybody. Yes, you do. You have a smile. How many times have you guys went to the store, passed somebody by, and with a frown on your face, or seen them with a frown on their face, and didn't say, hi, good morning, I hope you're having a beautiful day? How many times have you guys ever walked by somebody and they just look beautiful and you just walked by and said in your head, oh, that person's beautiful? Why didn't you tell that person you look beautiful? Or why didn't you just tell that person, hey, look, you got a beautiful personality, keep it? How many times have you guys seen somebody struggling with their luggage or their bags and didn't help them? I'm not telling you to be unsafe, but how many times? How many times somebody asks for $1 and you pass them by saying, oh, they ain't gonna do nothing with it but do drugs anyway? Listen, that's not your concern. Why can't you give $1? Okay? Give $1, but at the same time, be safe. Somebody comes up to my car and they ask for money, I crack my window and slide $1 through it. Okay? But the whole thing is, by you doing something nice to someone else, it helps you with those negative thinking, those negative thoughts, and brings out more positive thoughts. It brings out a feeling like you did something, you helped somebody. Now, the next thing I want to tell you guys of how to help yourself when it comes down to negativity, negative thoughts, is gratitude, you guys. I can't tell this to you guys enough. Whatever's going on in your life, you best believe there's someone in a worse predicament. There's someone out there that's having something even worse than what you're going through. If you keep this in mind, you will be way ahead of the next person. I went to the store one time, it was a couple of years ago, and there was a guy in there with no legs, and he was working. I went somewhere one time where there was a guy with no arms, and he was a greeter at the door. And I said, wow, how blessed am I? There's people out there that have vision problems, that are blind. How blessed am I? You guys need to really start looking at life in a certain perspective. And when you do, a lot of things that happen will not faze you. Okay? You'll be saying, hey, look, you're in a bad mood. Hey, I'm going to give you that because I'm not going to let you kill my joy. And I'm going to keep moving on and I'm going to enjoy life. It doesn't matter if you are broke, if you have no money, it doesn't matter. You have life, okay? You have your family. By being grateful for whatever it is you have at this moment, it puts you at a higher frequency, a higher vibrational, on a higher vibrational scale of being happy, of being, hey, look, I'm glad, I'm happy that I have what I have. And by you doing that, you sending out a frequency of sending out a vibration to the universe stating, I am happy, I am grateful. And in return, the universe brings you more of how you're feeling. Again, that goes back to the reticular activating system that we talked about earlier. Whatever it is you're focused on, whatever it is you keep thinking of, it's what's going to happen in your life. So you guys really need to understand being grateful, understanding why you're here, understanding why the other person is here, understanding with empathy, not sympathy, empathy, why or a possibility of why that other person is acting that way. Maybe that person is at the house and in an abusive relationship. Maybe that person was abused as a child. Maybe that child in the school that's a bully is being bullied at home or molested. You don't know what's going on in the other person's life for you to judge. That's why I'm telling you guys, whatever's going on, start looking at things totally different and see how you can change the way you're feeling about that situation. Now, another thing that I would like to mention to you guys is I wanted to mention to you guys is things that you can carry along with you to help you with negativity. Now, you guys know I'm a crystal person. When it comes down to negative thoughts, negative thinking, anxiety, depression, worry, you guys can carry certain crystals around you that will help you. Now, you guys know I already told you about the amethyst. And for the people out there that went and bought an amethyst and placed it under their pillow, they know what I'm talking about. They know that they got the best sleep that they had in a year or years. Why? Because amethyst helps with anxiety, depression, insomnia. It helps with so many things. But not only amethyst. You can carry a black crystal like a black tourmaline, a jet, an onyx. Any of these black crystals will help you with negative energy you may be feeling, okay? And protect you around the area also. But it will help you with maybe something inside of you that you need to release. Crystal quartz is something that you can carry for clarity of the mind. Turquoise is another crystal that you can carry around that will help you with clarity of the mind. If you're needing a crystal that's going to pep you up and make you feel happy in all ways, maybe a citrine, which is represented by the sun, will help you. A jade also will help you with feeling pleasant, feeling happy. All of these things you guys can actually do to help you with these negative thinking. Okay? It is very important that you guys understand how negative thoughts on a repeated basis can cause a lot of negative things to happen in your life. Okay? When you think positive things happen. Anybody that is successful will tell you, hey, look, it's when I thought positive is when things happen. People that say when I was doubtful is when things did not happen. These are important things that you guys have to realize. And once you do realize this, your thinking will change. You will have no choice because you will know what I'm thinking at this moment is creating my tomorrow. So you guys listen, if you like this live stream, it was here to help you guys along your path as we enter into a new year. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tap that bell for more information just like this. You guys know you guys can follow me at myworldofmetaphysics.com, where you can receive one-on-one coaching from me. You guys can also go to store.myworldofmetaphysics if you want crystals, candles, incense, sage, anything that you want is also there. Now, at this moment right here, I have a lot of people on here that are leaving comments. And I just want to say thank you and good morning to all these people. And good morning. Yes, thoughts becomes things. And I do, yes, it is. It does. It gets the person as well. Exactly. I want to say good morning to everybody. A lot of people here is saying good morning. And it's a beautiful thing. I want to thank everybody for following me and I'm just listen. I just want to say to you guys, may the best year of the past with the future. I love your channel. Thank you. Thank you for the product that came sooner than expected. Thank you. Yes, I try to get your products to you as soon as possible. I gave this homeless. Exactly. Listen, giving is one of the best things that you guys can do. Okay. So one more thing that I want to tell you guys before I go is reading is another thing that you guys can actually do to help you with negative thinking. If you guys like reading, you guys can actually pick a book up and read about other successful people and the trials and tribulations they went through. By reading successful books or motivational books, it will help you guys see that whatever you're going through, you're not alone. And it will give you the willpower to keep moving on and the confidence to keep moving on, okay? These are things that I am telling you that you guys need to do. And again, one of the most important things that you can do is to watch what you are saying, what you are focusing on, what you are doing. All of these things are going to attract into your life what it is you don't want. So it's not just thinking, you guys, it's your thoughts. It's what you do, what you say, how you feel. And all of these things is going to affect you in some way or another. Again, try the phone, try listening to what you say. If you're using words like can't, don't, shouldn't, start going back and catching yourself when you use these words and say, wait a minute, why did I say that? And try to change it to something. Is it really you can't do something or you shouldn't do something? If so, change the words so that it's not so harsh and not making you feel like you're defeated or you can't get somewhere. Okay? So by watching your words, by reading, by watching who you are hanging around with, by watching what you're watching on TV or what you're saying and what you're focusing on, all of these things is going to help you guys control those negative thoughts. And by understanding, most important, that everyone came here to learn something, to experience life. by understanding that we are all connected to God, you guys really, truly will understand that whatever's going on in your life, be grateful and just keep moving on, knowing that the God within you will see you through. Okay? So now listen, everyone. I want to thank you guys for joining this live stream. It went over much longer than what I thought it would. And I hope it helped you guys. And I'm going to say namaste. And again, blessings to all of you guys out there.